Welcome to an emergency CK podcast, NBA trade deadline special, E-Man. First and foremost, before we get into all this, quick shout out to Client Society. Also, make sure to visit them, man. Do some crowd therapy. My body hurts. Hey, I just got down to 180. My first time that I've seen that in about 15 years, bro. I'm crazy. So ecstatic. Keto, crowd therapy, a little bit of lifting here and there, and a lot of basketball. It's gotten me to where I want to be. My real playing shape is 175. I think you're at 172. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I'll get to 175, but if I do, y'all in trouble. That's all I'm saying, bro. How do you feel about Deadman not being a Sacramento King anymore?
Well, I mean, it goes to why you guys even signed him in the first. Stop signing guys that you're gonna trade.
To be fair, and I admitted this yesterday. I said I was on the Deadman. I wasn't on the Kojo. I wasn't on the Ariza, but I was excited about Deadman because of what he potentially could have brought, which was outside shooting and rim protection.
I just feel like numbers.
He didn't either.
I feel like numbers wise, he proved that in Atlanta, right?
Right.
But we never watched him for like an entire season or more than 2 games a year.
Well, we watched him when he came here, and I was like, man, he's so better than Willie. But the problem was Willie set the standard so low that he looked better than him, and that just comes to show how bad Willie was as a starter. And to be fair, we didn't expect him to shoot like 19% from beyond the arc. I mean, this dude was wide open, man. He showed some signs. The analytics showed that he could have been good. And, hey, we can't always be right, man.
Guarantees he starts shooting right again as soon as he goes back to Atlanta. No, but he asked for the trade. He's the one who asked for the trade. And he got dealt to a team who has Clint Capella already, who has Collins already. So he might be seeing a backup role even over there. And might not be getting as many minutes unless he starts shooting right.
But I tell you what, though, he has a nice little $45 million contract. He's back in the ATL. He's going to have a great time. Devin was a great guy. Had fun talking to him a couple of times. Had good interactions with him. The only problem is, as I said on the last podcast, I just don't think he's a good basketball player. And it's not because of his 19% from beyond the arc. It's because he's just so slow defensively, laterally. He has terrible hands. Anytime he catches the ball close to the rim, the dude is bobbling the ball, which doesn't give you a chance, and he does the Bagley, put the ball down, not the Rashawn, keep the ball up high. You're 7-1. Bro, stop bringing the ball down. Stop bringing the ball down. So those are the little things that tells me that he's just dysfunctional in the sense that he just doesn't get it. Low basketball IQ. If you're my starting big, or if you're playing 15 minutes a night off the bench, I need you to be functionally at least solid. At least. And he wasn't that for the Kings, bro. So
and the next question is, what's the Kings' plan now? I mean, this is a guy who you said, okay, Deadman, 7-footer, can spread the floor. The perfect guy next to Bagley.
Right.
Bagley's been banged up.
Yeah.
You don't have a stretch guy, a 7-footer, unless you want to put Beliza at the center. But what's the Kings' plan moving forward?
The Kings' plan moving forward is to get Rashawn Holmes back. We saw him yesterday at practice. He looks good. He feels good. He was shirtless. He said he sweated everything out. I was like, bro, he put a shirt on. He goes, bro, I sweated all my shirts out. And that's dope, man. That just shows how hard my guy works. I'm super excited to get him back because he's going to give you that defensive intensity, that anchoring that this team really needs, especially in a pick and roll where I feel comfortable with this guy switching onto any guard because he's proven it against Chris Paul, against Donovan Mitchell, and he's just been so good and such a pleasant surprise. So you start him there. He plays tomorrow, hopefully, and they play the Spurs. 2 must-wins, in my opinion. They're 6 games back of that A spot. If they really want to make a surge for that A seed, we'll find out within the next week. Now, if they don't, then I'm saying I'm pulling my horses back, and I'm saying, man, we got to look at the draft. There's a lot of, these little, my elbow hurts, DMPs type things where I'm like, take the net out, buddy. Take the net. Guys don't lose on purpose, but the way you can, to rig it in some way is by pulling guys out. So I see a lot of that happening if they don't get their stuff together very, very soon. So to answer your question, so now you have no Bagley still, Harry Giles. This is the moment where Harry Giles says, I'm playing for a contract. I'm playing not for the Kings. I'm playing for the rest of the league. I have to show up, and I have to play well. I have to be disciplined on defense, which he hasn't really been, right?
Mm-hmm.
Although he's shown great signs of that. I mean, he's had amazing shot blocks. He's getting better on that end, and to me, it's just reps. Can he play a little bit more? We'll see what happens. So
and I think playing fast will disguise his flaws a lot.
Facts.
If they start playing fast,
Facts.
you don't gotta worry about playing defense half as much.
So they've been 13th in pace since January 1st. So the pace is going up, which has helped Buddy's efficiency, which has helped De'Aaron, which has helped Bogey. They're playing better because they're playing a little faster. And again, as I've said, and I asked Luke this yesterday, is it that Buddy's coming off the bench? And I'll ask you this: do you think that he's being more efficient because he's coming off the bench, or would he be doing the same thing as a starter if De'Aaron Fox is playing well? Like,
it's just like an ego thing of starting. You're getting starter minutes. At the end of the day, you're still getting 25 to 30 plus minutes a game. You get what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter if you're starting. You finish the game if you're hot, of course, and you're still gonna get.
You want to finish games, period.
Exactly.
Like the best players should finish games.
You do whatever it takes to win.
And fans are infatuated with he's a sixth man. Like the idea is to categorize him as a sixth man. But it's like no, just play him. If he's coming out the sixth or he's coming out the starter, like he's putting up 20 points a game.
It doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. Just stop. Let's not label these guys. This team's a bad team. We should want to just win basketball
I'll tell you
games.
this. If they're winning games, Buddy Hield's not going to care what you call him. 6th man of the year, 12th man of the year, 1st man, it doesn't matter.
I said that about Bogey. Like, exactly. Bogey just wants to win.
Just win.
That's
just
it.
win, and it doesn't matter what your name is called. Just win, and everyone's going to be happy. You can still get traded to another team eventually, and you'll get to start and do whatever you want. But right now, this team just needs to win. And every player in that locker room just wants to win.
So let's talk about those two guys that the Kings got back. Alex Len, Jabari Parker. We've wanted Jabari Parker for about 2 years now. And
okay, 2 years ago I wanted Jabari Parker.
Yeah, 2 years ago we wanted Jabari Parker.
How the turntables.
And he's injured. So is Alex Len. So, but he was having a solid season for Atlanta, right? He's averaging 15, 16 points a game. But he does give up a lot of points. So what's his plus minus on that side of the ball? We'll find out. I feel like if you use, remember, I always talk about player optimization. How will you use your players? How can you put them in the best situations to succeed? Now, he's a guy where I can call, he's a good bench player. You bring him in to give you instant offense. That's what you want for a guy coming off the bench. What do you expect from Jabari if he gets healthy?
I didn't like any of the players, honestly. I think this is gonna fit the narrative of DNP or whatever your narrative was. Okay, if you guys don't start winning, then all of a sudden Jabari Parker can't play, or Alex Len.
Well,
he fits that narrative now. He's like,
for sure.
You got more injured players that are just gonna sit on the bench, and you got to roll with your guys. I mean, like you said, it's up to Harry Giles. I think I'm not even counting on Jabari Parker.
To get paid, yeah.
Like Jabari Parker and Alex Len, I think you can try it. You can try to mix them in to be part of their ultimate plan. But I think you got what you got with these young guys, and just roll them out there. 9-man rotation without those 2 extra guys.
So when no Bagley, right? You got Harry Giles, and now you got Jabari Parker coming off the bench, right? Because there is no Bagley.
But Jabari's hurt, so at the end of the day, it's
but if he's healthy, do you like that fit coming off the bench with the Buddy, with the Harry?
I have to watch more. Honestly,
if
I'm being honest, I stopped watching him since he went to Chicago and 1,000 more teams. Like after Milwaukee, I loved him in Milwaukee, and that was probably due because of the system they had there. I just man, I love that guy, and I love Giannis, and I love Bogdan.
Right.
And now it's just like it's just times have changed, and I haven't watched him as much. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't.
So this year when he played the Kings, he demolished the Kings, like a lot of guys do. That's not saying much, but he's like what does that mean? No, he's trying to keep it PC, but no, he still has talent. And he can still contribute to a basketball team. What I like about it is that he has a player option, which is at $6-point-something million next year. He could either opt in or opt out, and you get that money back. So in terms of the whole contract situation, here's some discrepancy. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but what this means is you won't have to go over the cap. You could have still signed Bogey without making this move. And just put that out there. And I've been saying that for about 4 months now. I said, it doesn't matter if you're planning to max out Fox. It doesn't matter if you're planning to max out Bagley. You could still match any offer because of all the cap rules with Bogdan Bogdanovich. You could still do it. Now, what they did was they kind of said, we made a mistake. No, not kind of. They made a mistake, and now they're saying, let's get rid of the mistake. Alex Len's coming off the books. Jabari, even if he doesn't come off the books, that's still half of what Devin was going to get paid.
Facts.
So you have an extra $5-6 million right there. And you have the other expiring contract in Bazemore. You have the other expiring, Bazemore, who else? Bazemore. So you're not going to have what you had in terms of the full, 30-40 from this summer, because most of that money is going to go towards Bogey. So I want you guys to understand that. So that money is going towards Bogey, and it's going towards Buddy because Buddy's contract's kicking in.
But at the same time, other teams who were supposed to have big money and sign Bogey, they picked up a lot of contracts. Right? Like Memphis is out of the game because they took on like every contract the NBA had to offer.
Yeah.
And Atlanta is probably the next one who has a big contract who can offer Bogey. But Bogey's options are limited, basically. And that's like, maybe it could be a good thing. It could be, blessing in disguise for the Kings so they don't have to offer him a $19 million contract. It could be
and
like
that's
16.
one perspective, right?
Yeah.
You may get more bang for the buck in terms of offering them whatever you're going to offer him. Maybe the Hawks would have offered him $20 million. Now, they may not be able to. But there could be a situation where the Kings offer LaVine whatever they offered him. Then they're like, damn, is he worth that? And now the Bulls are like, well, I have to match it. So someone could just mess with the Kings and be like, all right, I'm going to offer him X amount of money, match it, and now they're going to hinder them, right?
Yeah.
So you could easily do that, but then that always comes back at you. And this may come back at the Kings for doing that LaVine thing, because I don't know if he was worth that money. Some people say he is, some people say he's not. We'll soon find out, but in terms of the Kings having all this money back, that's not how it works, because that money's going to go towards Bogey. And then you have about, $2 to 7 million. You have a mid-level exception.
And let's learn from history, right? Stop signing good cultural guys who numbers-wise fit perfectly.
But before the year started, we were excited. Let's not lie about things.
And that's what I'm saying. Let's learn from history.
Yeah.
Let's actually go sign dogs, right?
Right.
Because that's what the Kings need right now. They need more dogs coming off the bench. A guy who's gonna produce at the small forward position, at the power forward position. You get what I'm saying? You have your two guards, and hopefully you can get a point guard who's a dog and not, slowing down the pace. You got a guy who's got to fit the system.
1 p.m., y'all. Hopefully you guys enjoy this emergency podcast. You got to go to practice, see what they got to say, see what, I don't know if Vladi's talking or not, but thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, and get your merch, man. Look.